This is Feed Your Mind and Soul, is the Bible, a flat earth book. Well, look, when I covered this topic before, I came across several passages in the Bible that talks about pillars, a stamp of clay, all types of passages. It talks about the firmament and how the sun stood still. And then also there's passages about the Tower of Babel. And then you have the Great Flood, which makes the most sense on a flat earth. So there's all types of passages in the Bible that suggest a flat earth. I'll leave a link in the comment section description box so you can check out my Bible video where I cover all of these passages from the Bible. Plus, recently I've even looked into extra biblical passages, and I found even more information that reveals details about the firmament that you can't even find in the regular Bible. So you have all these passages from the biblical and extra biblical passages that all suggest a flat earth with a firmament. And so one of the newest revelations I've come across about the flat earth and where you can find it in the Bible is when I was creating my up and down video, the origin of up and down, where I was speaking on when this barrier was put into the water and separated the waters above from the waters below, which was the moment where this expanse was made. So you now have a separation, and that would be air in the sky. And then you have a firmament barrier above that's keeping the waters above separated from the waters below. And that was the moment I realized that this passage was also talking about the flat earth, because water lays flat. It's a simple, logical statement that most people don't understand and they can't comprehend because their minds have been scrambled by the science community, showing them that you can collect water around a ball. So the Bible goes into detail and says this is a deep water. It says God's Holy Spirit was moving over the watery deep. So this isn't just a little bit of water collecting. This is a large amount of water. So if you had a basketball and you threw it in the water, well, it would be a wet basketball. But even if you zoomed in on a microscopic level, you're not going to have a substantial amount of water that's going to remain on that basketball and stay there. You're not going to have like an ocean type level of deep water that can collect around a ball. You can, on the other hand, demonstrate this with a tub, a cup, any type of pond, even a man-made pond. Anywhere you collect water, you will see that water lays level. Now, we're not talking about a raindrop or something. We're talking about any type of large body of water, which is what the Bible describes. It says the watery deep. So this is a large amount of water, and you can't show, and no one can demonstrate water collecting around a ball. Scientists can't do it. All they can do is show us these pictures that they admit are not real from NASA. So that's the only place you can ever think of where you can have water at a substantial amount collect around a ball. No one can demonstrate that in public. So what are we left to believe? That water lays flat just like we've always known. It's so weird that people just can't figure out that, yeah, water lays flat. There's nothing more to it. There's no physical observations that ever show anything different. And we can recreate this, like I said, by using simple things like a bowl or a cup, or even fill a puddle up or something. You can do it yourself and see how water behaves. It lays flat. So that passage is actually a flat earth passage when you look into it. It's hidden right in plain sight. So right in Genesis chapter 1, it shows us that water lays flat, but it doesn't specifically say that, but it doesn't need to, because that's common logical sense that water lays flat. And the only ones that would say otherwise would be the scientists who want to also teach the Big Bang Theory and evolution and sun worship, which is heliocentrism. And so That's the only ones that will say otherwise. And no one can ever confirm that because no one could ever demonstrate what they are showing us. They can just show us these phony pictures that a lot of people never questioned. And that's the only way in your mind you would ever think that water would collect around a ball. And it doesn't make any sense. So also that Genesis chapter talks about a barrier. So people are like, well, the firmament is when water evaporates. And that's what's separating the waters from the waters. But no, the Bible goes into great detail. It says it was a barrier because there's other passages that speaks on the firmament in the Bible. And it talks about how the firmament, which was the sky, which is spread out like a molten looking glass. That is describing a hard barrier. Plus the original word of firmament is rakia, which almost suggests that the word rock came from the word rakia. So I believe that even though the book of Genesis chapter 1 doesn't specifically say that the earth is flat, I believe that it is logical to assume that the earth is flat when it says that the waters were separated. And that is the moment where shape was introduced by giving us an example of water separating. So no matter how you spin it, once those waters are separated from the waters above and the waters below, you have no other choice but to assume that this water is flat. So it is basically describing a flat earth in the book of Genesis chapter 1. And it was hidden right in plain sight. I don't really think it's hidden, though. It's just something that I think people overlooked. I think it's something that's sitting right there and it's being overlooked. And no one thought about it much because, well, they want to go with the scientific hypothesis. And it's basically a false fairy tale, a false image of the globe where they want to show you water collecting around a ball. And I just saw a recent debate where the globe earther was not able to respond to this type of logic. This debate was between Bro Sanchez and FTFE, where this discussion came up. Basically, Bro Sanchez realized that this was a part of the discussion that FTFE couldn't answer because it comes down to, like I said, you can demonstrate how water behaves on a smaller scale, and you can't demonstrate how science is saying water behaves by collecting around a ball. You can't demonstrate that. It's not proof. You can't prove it that it does that, how they're saying it can collect around a ball at any type of substantial amount. You can't have a large body of water collect around a ball. No one can demonstrate that. No lab can show us that. No scientific experiment can show us that. So you would just have to believe that this is possible. And I believe that Bro Sanchez won the debate at that moment against FTFE. And I think that we need to realize their weak points. When it comes to the globe, like, we could use this on any globe earther that dares steps into the ring. Now we know what gets them. It's these points. I think in the last video we covered some more points, but this is a very strong point, and I saw it work effectively where they cannot answer the question. If you phrase the question correctly and explain it correctly, they won't be able to win a debate ever again, because now they are stuck with having to believe that science has told them the truth. And one guy even jumped on to that debate question and tried to save FTFE and said, well, there's tons of pictures. And like I said, that's another one then. If they want to go there, well, we have all the proof in the world that these pictures are not real, that they've showed us of the globe Earth. So there we go again. We just want, like, this is it, guys. We can pretty much win any debate now with this type of logic. Basically, show them how we can demonstrate how water behaves right here, right in front of you. You can get the camera and show them how water behaves. You can demonstrate it, pour it into a bowl, pour some water in a bowl, and show them, okay, I just demonstrated to you how water behaves. Now you show me water behaving like you're saying it behaves, how it can stick around the globe in a large amount. And so now let me see the scientific demonstration where we can see scientists prove that water can stick around a spherical shape. Let's see anyone pour 32 ounces of liquid over a tennis ball or a softball and see that water stick to it. Let's see the water not drip down to the ground, but stick around that shape. What lab experiment can we witness to observe this so that we can scientifically verify that this is possible? Oh, so you're going to just excuse this demonstration and say, well, we just can't do it. We just have to believe fake pictures that we can prove are not real. That's the only way you can prove that water sticks around a spherical shape is by showing us a fake picture. That's not proof at all. That's not scientific proof. So you have no scientific proof of a ball with water around it. It's impossible to demonstrate. So there we go. Also, real quick, when I discussed the molten looking glass, I forgot to say the Bible also says as strong as a molten looking glass. So the sky is spread out as strong as a molten looking glass. So it's not talking about air. It's talking about the firmament, which is described as strong. You wouldn't describe the sky as strong if it was just talking about the sky that we see. No, it's talking about the actual firmament barrier that is keeping the waters above from coming down upon us. And that is as strong as a molten looking glass and spread out. So there we go. Um, there we have Genesis chapter 1 describing what I believe to be a flat earth with a firmament, a hard barrier firmament. And so let me know, do you think Genesis 1 is talking about a flat earth? Like I said, I'm going to leave a link for you if you want to check out more scriptures that discuss the flat earth. And I'm also going to leave links to my other channels, my social media, my Feature Mind store, my free email newsletters, and much more. If you would like to support this channel, please donate as little as $1 to help keep Feature Mind online. Your support is going to help keep channels like this going because they try to hide channels like this. So thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This has been Feature Mind signing off.